If you are like me and you service your bike personally, I've been repairing bicycles since I was a small boy because I love cycling. You've already encountered the problem where you accidentally pop out the pin while working on your bicycle chain. I'll teach you the methods, the best methods I know to put back the pin in your uh, bicycle chain. So these are the anatomy. This is the anatomy of the bicycle chain. So this is the roller. You have the outer plates here. The inner plates are the portions where the rollers are connected. So this is the inner plate, this one. So the inner plate goes inside the outer plates. So the pin has to enter through the outer plate, going into the inner plates and roller, and then out again here. So the best method is to use an anvil. The anvil I'm referring to is actually just an angle bar. Preferably the distance, the thickness of which is the same as the distance between the two outer plates. Okay, so you need the piece of tape, any tape, masking tape, duct tape, scotch tape. So tape the outer plate here. The reason why you're taping it is that you don't want it to be falling while you're working on it. So just place it on your vise, and then the gadget I want to use always is this surgical tweezers. uh, Let me see, where's my pliers? I'll get my pliers. So you can use a long nose pliers. Unfortunately, if you use this, there's always a great possibility of you dropping it. Now if you don't have the surgical tweezers, this one, you can tie a rubber band around this portion of your long nose plier so that you won't accidentally drop it, because if you drop it, it's very difficult to locate the small pin. Never perform this repair on grassy areas. It's impossible, not almost impossible, but impossible to locate this again in grassy areas. If you don't believe me, try dropping this in a grassy area and locate for it. After that, you will believe me already. So anyway, so again, so the nice thing about the surgical tweezers is that there's a lock over here. By the way, this is used for circumcision. Anyway, so you lock the pin to place by squeezing it, and there are teeth there that lock, so you won't accidentally drop it. So it's easy to put back your pin in your bicycle chain. Just aim the pin in the hole and then simply tighten your vise. It won't go any further because this is metal. Okay, now this happens. In your first try, you might fail. Don't give up. It's easy to place it back. I'm too talkative, so I was not able to position it properly. So there, aim it at the hole and then put it in with your vise. So let's check. So you can unlock the surgical tweezers by doing that. It will, you lock it this way. You unlock it by squeezing it again and then it will unlock. So let's check. So then you remove the tape you placed. You position the pin again. So you can continue assembling your chain by inserting the inner plate and then finishing it off with your chain tool, and then test it for smoothness. It should pivot smoothly. Okay, now if you don't have this angle bar, I'll show you how to make a jig to be able to place back the pin of your bicycle chain. If you don't have an angle bar, you can make a jig. Get any kind of wood, but preferably hardwood, and then cut the length of wood similar to the length of your vise. So we'll mark this. Get the nice portion. So here you can get this portion. Cut this one. Now if you don't have a handsaw, you can use your jigsaw. Sand the rough areas so you won't get splinters. Now get your chain, and by the way, this is the anatomy. This is the outer plates, these are the inner plates. The one with the roller is the inner plate. It usually goes here, and then you put the pin back there. Okay, so you measure the distance between the two outer plates, and then you cut a slit here with your saw or multi-tool. In my case, I usually use the multi-tool. It's quicker. So position this jig in your vise and cut the slit. The distance is again the distance from here up to there, because you have to insert it here. So measure it and put a mark where you will have to sew a slit or a canal. Now the length of the cut will be from here up to here, about half an inch down, half an inch down here, half an inch forward. So mark the half inch down and the half inch forward. So you cut with your multi-tool going that way. If you cut it with your hacksaw, you'll be cutting this way and you'll have a diagonal cut over there. You don't like that because you want to make a square cut going down. So the multi-tool is the best tool to use. So position the wood in the vise, get your multi-tool, put a wood cutting blade or a metal cutting blade, doesn't really matter. So try it out. If the chain doesn't want to fit in, make the proper changes with your multi-tool so that the chain can easily fit in the slot you just made. So okay, it fits already. The next step is this one. So the next step is to glue a piece of wood on top. You'll imitate the shape of the angle bar. So you can easily place it here without the jig falling. You have to imitate that portion. So you have to glue a piece of wood on top of your jig. So cut the same length over here and then glue it over there. The slit you just made should be on the left side. Okay, so measure it and cut it. So sand your pieces as you go along so you won't get splinters. Yeah, position it in your vise and then just use super glue so that it will be quick. I usually use this kind of method so that my gluing will be precise. I just open the glue here in this portion. I don't put the whole at the tip because it dries quickly. Super glue dries quickly after using it. So let it dry. Super glue will just take a few minutes. It says seconds here, but I usually let it dry for a few minutes. So again, glue the two pieces in such a way that the slit you just made with your multi-tool is over on the left. So insert the chain in the slot you made. So with this method you don't need to put scotch tape there. So when you're using the angle bar you still have to place tape. But because this is snug, by the way, when you make the canal, the chain should fit snugly, not loosely, so that it won't be falling. So you position your jig and then we follow the same procedure. So place your pin in your surgical tweezers and then aim the pin in the hole and then place it back with your bench vise by turning your bench vise. So there. It's already back in place. So there. You placed back the pin. Now, the thing to note here is that with constant use, you'll be placing a hole there. So just cut this off, make another slot with your multi-tool until you consume the whole piece of wood. But just like the use of the angle bar, you can insert your pin by using this jig. Okay, so that's it. That's how easy it is to place back the pin of your bicycle chain. Okay, time for coffee. Oh yeah.